Well, I think there's so much violence in the world today, and that people are responding to conflicts with more and more violence. And it's important that we say there are alternatives to violence. Violence is always wrong, it never works, and we solve our problem through dialogue, through negotiation. That is possible. And we work for an end to militarism and war. It's possible to move to such a world. Well, if you look at what NATO is now a military institution. It has nuclear weapons in several of the European countries. So Europe is very much involved through NATO in these perpetual wars. Many of them totally illegal. Iraq was totally illegal. So we have to begin to say, why are European taxpayers who are being subjected to all sorts of cuts within their own national budgets, austerity cuts? I mean, Europe is not in a good way, we all know financially. Many young people in Europe are unemployed, no jobs, cutting hospitals, healthcare, and yet every country, my own included, is expected to pay money to keep up NATO, which is bombing other countries. So we need to say there are alternatives. NATO should be abandoned. We can, through the United Nations, we can provide security. That's what the United Nations is there for. We can look at non-violent alternatives to militarism and war. We can build up respect for international law and human rights. I think Edward Snowden, who revealed to the world that the NSA in America was spying on the world, and let us have information which we need to know, played a very important role. We live in a world today where our governments are supposed to serve us. They are our servants. We should know what our governments are doing. There should be transparency and accountability, because where there is corruption and secrecy, it's very dangerous for any society. So I think that Edward Snowden, in telling us as a whistleblower exactly what was going on, played a very important role. And I'm glad that the Russian government have given him asylum and that things will be all right for him.